Hello, let's talk about World of Warcraft. I enjoyed vanilla TBC and draft the most, but let's not just dream about a nostalgic past. I played other games, enjoyed different mechanics, and silently hoped Blizzard would someday merge Diablo and WoW. Yeah, WoW has its charm and its unique design, and that I really miss in ARPGs, and I believe these worlds would match well together. So I did it myself. Not all of it from scratch, of course. There are free private server cores out there. I forked Trinity core and coded the ARPG features on top of it, so you know right away this is not an official WoW server. There is nothing like this you can play official. So keep this in mind. However, now that I'm in alpha stage and everything works the way it should, I'm running a private test server you can join and give me feedback. Link in the description. Yeah. Now let's explain what you see here in detail. This is a level 60 defensive warrior. The content is comparable to what you'd face on official servers, maybe even a bit more difficult in terms of enemy HP pool and attack damage. The question is, why am I not dying? Of course, I'm wearing powerful gear, but even the best equipped T3 tank wouldn't survive this alone that long. Of course, there are some mechanics and classes that can play really cool stuff, but there are also other constraints to this, so yeah, forget it. To answer the question of not dying, it's simple. You bring a healer, but I'm alone. So let's think differently. What does a healer do? What problems does the healer solve? Simply said, the healer keeps my health bar above 0. Let's solve this problem differently, without a healer. So, you could reduce enemies' damage drastically, but would it be fun? Not really. Introducing Life Leech. You deal white hits, and those get partially converted to healing. This introduces a different issue, at least for the tank, because to be sustainable, the tank has to deal huge amounts of white damage, which isn't normally the case. A rogue, maybe differently, but yeah, then it's the way it is. And also, not in this example, as you can see, my white hits aren't that big. So that's only a patch, even though it's now in the game, because other classes and playstyles could benefit really good. The next step is to look into the tools. The spells and talents of different classes like healers or tanks, what is there a way to borrow certain talents or spells from different classes? So this is where the real work came in. Even though I played the game for 20 plus years, I took my time, studied each class from classic, and carefully extracted key spells and talents that build the synergies that make groups and classes able to solve problems. This already felt like a path of exile, but instead of skill gems, I wanted to use items. Not every item and not every spell or talent. That's where I badly need feedback from players to fill the gaps I missed, because I don't want to make every talent available, but I have to solve most of the playstyles. So credits to Path of Exile for that inspiration of thinking. And speaking of that, there's also a random item system. The next feature that's more common in ARPGs. Each item that drops can have extra stats. The quality and item level increases the chance for more and higher rolls. Simple, as you know it. And because that's not enough, there's also an upgrade and reroll feature where you can, with luck, make a weak item powerful or reroll a powerful item hoping for perfection, only to sell it at a discount because RNG wasn't on your side. Because of the hundreds of custom items with talents and spells available, I decided to change group play. I actually balance all dungeons and raid content around the concept of tank, DPS and support, not the traditional tank healer DPS. The tank is quite self-sustained and the supporter has to actively weaken enemies while increasing group DPS with dedicated support spells, becoming the needed DPS multiplier to beat bosses. However, as you can see, you can escape that trinity by obtaining the right gear with the right spells and talents to do it solo and become immortal. Even so, I'm playing a warrior, you can do this with a mage too. Let's talk about Endgame. If you're a veteran of WoW, it won't take you long to reach level 60, maybe in evening. This is where the added Endgame features start. Not only do useful items drop that enable every class to solve problems, this is where you get the good stuff. At level 60, you start collecting custom items that grant powerful talents and spells to increase your power level beyond average. And also every item can be worn with level 10 right at the start, but not really obtained that early. And after you wore it, you can resell it. So free trading, like in other games, I loved it. It had to be done here. So yeah, it's really cool. But it also requires a lot of players, so please play this game and at least tell me what I need to change to make it fun for you. Back to the warrior in the video. Paragon level 1 got it during the dungeon. I'm wearing badass gear that makes this character, but even without some of these items I can get there. I can use skill points from Paragon levels to unlock talents I currently have from items. So there's plenty of space to optimize your character. Now, TLDR, this is a custom WoW private server merging classic WoW with ARPG mechanics. Features include life leech system for solo play, hundreds or more custom items with borrowed spells and talents from all classes, random item stats with reroll system, redesigned trinity, tank DPS support instead of tank healer DPS. Every item is tradable, and the endgame Paragon level that enables you to scale difficulty in the end, so you can increase to Paragon level 100. This makes the content currently a lot harder, and I wouldn't be able to sustain this with this character, but maybe later and with a group. So see you back in Azeroth. Thanks for watching.